Hello?
What's up with it? It's Electric Ground, Crucian Say, episode 6. I'm here with
C.Rayy, you know what I'm saying? C.Rayy official.
what's up. We're trying to get this thing going. C.Rayy is a videographer, an artist. He's been doing it for a little minute, and he's going to tell y'all what he's up to, certain projects that he's done, and what he's planning on doing.
Yeah. So the main thing that I've done is I focused on football and women's basketball, only because, football, we live in Texas. Football is just mainly highlighted, and the reason why I focus on girls basketball or any girls sports at that is because most women's sports aren't shown love,
That's right.
So it's really just, that's the reason why I picked up girls basketball, is to show love to it, because a lot of people overlook it, and that's something that we got to pay attention to. Besides that, I record for a YouTuber. Picking up doing more cinematic B-roll stuff like that. It's really like compact, doing barber videos, stuff like that, birthday parties. I haven't done any big birthday parties or weddings, any cinematic things like that, but I have done short videos like that.
But the barbers, they need that type of stuff, because not all of them got a videographer.
Yeah.
Do you feel, after talking to them and doing a couple shots for some barbers, have you seen the difference between their fan base once you got involved compared to what it was before you stepped in?
Yeah, so it's this dude named Nick that I filmed for constantly. It's not just one time. There's been a few times that I've filmed with Chris, but the way that I just, it's a lot that I put into his videos. He's a steady customer. He just loves, anytime he comes around me, he just brings that energy. It brings you the energy to make you want to go. And once people, not only barbers, but once other people see that, they will come to you more, because they can just be open with you, bring that energy, and then you're going to constantly push out projects, and it's just going to come rapidly. And that's one thing that he liked.
And the energy, what would you say the difference is on energy level compared to the barber shops and the women's sports?
So the thing is, with the women's sports, I do it personally to show love to it, because I'm one of those people, equality on certain things, and I feel like that, like I said before, women's sports should be shown way more love. So that's, that is what it is. There's not a lot of energy to it, so I put my own energy into it, but whenever it comes to barbers and stuff, they bring me the energy. So it's like they're bringing me the energy, I'm sharing off of my creativity, my creations. And with the girls' sports, it's all of me, but at the same time, I still get them out great products.
And see, on the girls' sports at the same time, those one of the viral topics, like a video with a female crossing some dude who's like a whole foot taller than her, and that's going to get 1 million views because they sleep on the women like there's no one out there who got handles or something. So
Yeah,
I've seen that personally. On the barbers too, I mean, it's just word of mouth until they end up seeing a video of a barber going in, got the edge ups fading, and you would be bringing that. So I can see how that's a sought after feature that they could add on to their resume. On the bigger projects, you're looking into weddings and parties, or you just gonna cross that bridge when it gets here?
I'm just gonna cross that once it gets here. Once I get more on the cinematic mind frame and learn how to actually film and edit cinematically, then it'll come in the future, but it won't be too far from now.
And storyboarding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
most definitely about to get on that soon.
And another thing, inspirations for doing this. I mean, did you just one day decide you felt like being a videographer and putting your creativity, to use, or somebody told you about about a skill that you didn't know you had or something?
So my uncle, he's a graphic designer. He was originally out in the Kyle, Austin area. So I've always looked up to him ever since I was a little kid. And during the path of football, I chased after him through football. Now then he moved to graphic design. I looked up to him through graphic design, and that's what I did my freshman year of high school. But during that little COVID timeline, he had an M50, Canon M50, and I was just like so amazed by it. It was a kit lens, so you can't do nothing crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm going up, taking pictures, learning how to steady, and it was like a lot that I was actually learning and putting into it. So after that, it was one of the dudes I go to school with, I work with, named Wade Whitney. He was always there. He motivated me, and he was like, we've done this together. Our freshman year we focused on football. Sophomore year came, we were both playing football, but we're also filming varsity sports.
Gotcha.
So then our junior year came, and he was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of our junior season, like right before, so it was like summertime. He told our coaches he was done. He's focusing on that.
Oh, yeah.
And he's then got emails from Texas Tech, all of that. And it's just like, he's always been there to help motivate me. And the reason, got off track on that. The reason why that I decided to pick up videography is because, although I'm a creative person, I'd rather, like from graphic design, you could put your feelings, your emotions into it, but
Yeah.
it's hard to describe or paint a picture off of a graphic.
Yeah.
But through a video, you could see the tone. You could just visualize everything. You can hear it. So that's the reason why I picked up videography, just to show off my creativity and to express myself.
And would you say that being able to express yourself in this way adds to improving your mental health, or empowering you to do more things that you didn't think you were going to do at first?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when it comes to it, anything goes on, anything happens, and most people take, whenever I was younger, it'll go straight to football whenever something's going on mentally.
Yeah.
But I can, as soon as something's going on mentally, I can just go downtown, take pictures of Alico building and people walking around, graphics, graffiti writing, people's cars that I like, smashed out BMW, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever something's going on in my head, I just get to clicking with creativity, because at the end of the day, you can't just drown in sorrow. You got to express yourself.
That's right, and that's even self-medicating too. If you had things going on, I mean, usually some people will go to other people, but then there's people who don't have anyone to go to. So grasping a hold of the videography is something even I've done. So I feel you on that one. And time of day when you would feel it's time for you to go out there and snap or hit record. I mean, is that like early morning? Is that weekends, or just spontaneous?
Spontaneous, but I prefer late at night.
Got you. Okay, so you need got cameras with good lenses to where it does good low light and all that kind of stuff.
Like I keep many different filters on my lenses.
Nice. And you would go by yourself, or you would have people go with you, your boy who does the videography as well?
No, Wade focuses on football. He's putting out his own. It's kind of like the Last Chance You series, but it's called The Turnaround. So that's something that Wade's work on. But me personally, I just go out shoot by myself. Gotcha. Anytime I'm just going through something that helps me express myself, just being by myself. Some people need other people, but I'm like, yeah, I got myself.
That's right. And that's something that's admirable, because one thing, even with the magazine, with Map Digital Magazine, you touching on anti-suicide, there's been people who've been taking their lives, and I know somebody personally who it happened for me last year, but if someone else sees that you can do it. Someone else sees your strength and you persevering through the things that you're going through and finding an outlet. I think that's going to be inspirational, and they may end up following suit, and keeps their head above water. So on the collaborating issue or topic, on the collaborating issue, are you looking to work with other videographers, producers in the future?
Yes, in the future, I will be looking forward to working with many other different people. Right now, it's just like a learning myself, learning what I like best, because
it's a broad spectrum on the videography. You can do short
Yeah.
films, you can mess around and do docs, and
there's multiple and many different things that you can do. But also with me, I'm not good. I'm not just talented with After Effects or any Adobe site like that, and that's something I'm working on right now. But also, I wouldn't hand my project to somebody that I wouldn't like editing or how their editing is. So that's why I kind of just go with the one man for right now. You know what I'm saying? Just working by myself. In the long run, then I'll have somebody else or multiple people, hopefully a team of people in the next year or two.
And the way you've gotten, like, is you've been self-taught, or was anybody picked up on?
It was a mix of both. I mean, I'm in the AV audio and visuals class. Don't really learn much, because it was my sophomore year.
Yeah.
They had me in principles. I was like, man, I don't need to learn all this stuff from the beginning. Let me go ahead and jump to the higher class. And he was like, so he put me up to the higher class, and it was literally me and Wade just filming every football game.
Yeah.
And like, besides that, I don't know.
And the type of mentality you gotta have, and skills you gotta have to even produce a good video. I mean, would you say it's patience? You gotta of course have a steady hand. That's using a tripod, but I mean, walk me through your thought process when it comes to angles, or when you feel like you're in a good spot to shoot. Like, you like close-ups, slow motions, or you like to capture the motion of, even like sports, for example. I mean, are you close up to see the motion of the athlete, or are you trying to see everybody all in the same picture?
I'm more of a close-up type of person. Not really worried about it. Not in a bad way, but not really worried about everything else. Just worried about the main person. Whoever the main focus is, that's what I'm gonna be locked on to. When it comes to it, like to prepare for it, it's literally just like it's one of those moments where you just gotta pack your bags and go. I'm a very enclosed, locked in, insecure person. So it's like I go out there to shoot to let stuff off of my mind.
Yeah.
But once I'm out there, it's like, okay, I'm the only one here. Now I gotta watch my six.
Yeah.
So it's really like one of those. I wouldn't say insecure. Just I'm very watchful of my surroundings.
That's right.
And since for me to be by myself, you could be in a barbershop, never know what's gonna go on, something pop off. And you just like, every man fighting for themselves, but it ain't like you got anybody else on your team.
No.
So it's really just all right, got to clear your mind. This is what we're gonna do. Yeah, it might be somebody behind you on the side of you staring.
Yeah.
Just see right through them.
Yeah, and that takes some mental strength too. Even with, you describe it as insecurities. I mean, to know what you're up against and pushing through that, just to stay focused. To let your creativity show, like that's skill in itself, because people, that can be the equivalent to stage fright, you know what I mean? Like, people choke in the moment, and related to sports, like, you'd have to be clutch in that moment.
Yeah, because especially like basketball, I'll be on the gym floor, and then I'll look up, all of the students is over here. Then it's some parents over there, and I turn around, it's all the parents and staff behind me, and I'm like,
didn't realize you was in the frying pan like that.
So then I go behind, like, sometimes if I want to move, I'm not gonna walk. across where all the students is.
Absolutely.
So I walk behind the players, and then I got to step over bags and
all of that.
opposite team just looking at me, and I'm like, man, I'm just trying to do my job.
That's right. That's
so
right.
It's like it's a lot that you got to put into it. Yeah.
Well, definitely. One thing that I think is key is that not everybody can do the videography thing. Even on the editing process, what would you say your style is with that? I mean, do you look forward to the editing more than the shooting, or is it equally? Yeah, because I'm like, gosh, I still got stuff to upload now. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who can just I can go bust out content, but I need an editor.
There you go.
You know, because I do everything by myself. Like I said, if it's a project that I'm trying to get out there, and they really want me to get it out there, CapCut. I'm just gonna be honest, but I can make my CapCut look very professional.
Yeah.
Some people just throw the extra graphics and if I use CapCut, it's gonna look professional too. But like, if that's a project they want,
ASAP, yeah.
CapCut. But if it's something that I get like a couple weeks to, and I don't have my boy John editing, then hey,
yeah,
it's gonna be a smooth 2 weeks on some type of Adobe.
And so just knowing, depending on the project, knowing what they're asking for, that'll determine, which method you go with. And that's something cool to have, those tools at your disposal. Hey, look, I can use CapCut off the phone, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
They just put out a desktop version of it. It's not all
Well, I'm finna say, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
It's not all that.
And try to compete with the other boys here.
Yeah,
So.
Canva.
And where, so some of your work, you got a place where all your stuff is at, like portfolio, websites, social media?
I'm building cause you can go online and find type in a portfolio websites. And so I'm starting on building my portfolio website, but I do have, you can find me on Instagram. It's shot by C.Rayy. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Between the C, let me clarify this. Between the C and the R is a period right there. Shot by C.Rayy. That's where you can find me to find any of my sports work, stuff like that, outfit of day edits, things like that.
Got you. And for anyone who is thinking about getting into videography, what would be something that you would tell them that kind of probably wish that somebody told you?
I need him to turn that music down.
Is that into the element we good?
So what I'll tell somebody, if anything, if I had something to tell somebody, I really don't know.
Would you say just go with it and get your feet wet, or?
Yeah, just go with it. Just test the waters, because I started off with sports, but you might start off with B-roll, and you could be 20 times better than I am after doing it for a year and a half, 2 years. It's one thing people just tell you to, like I'm saying, just go put your foot out there, just go try anything, but also make sure that you learn, make sure that you prepare. Not everything you'll be best at, and there's going to be projects that you're going to mess up on, but don't just bury yourself in it. You gotta, any obstacles that you hit, you gotta overcome them. Never just sit there and bury yourself into it. I've broken multiple lenses, and it just
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Well, and then you still decided, hey, look, I'm just going to be more careful next time. It cost me this much. I ate that, but I'll bounce back.
Somewhat.
Somewhat like that.
With sports and all that, you'll be trying to hurry up and catch a play. You'll run down, and
there you go.
Strap break off your neck, and that's what happened the first time I 75 to 300.
No.
And that was like the beginning DSLR
phase.
Yeah. I'm still working on buying telephoto lenses and stuff like that, but I prefer prime lens, 50 mil, nifty 50, depending on where you at, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just learn. Our greatest. What was I about to say? You can't when it comes to certain things like some people don't want to fight about it or just go out there and do the things you need to do. You don't gotta go and purchase a class. Everything you need to learn is in here. That's what I learned. YouTube, Safari, Google, Firefox, whatever you use. If you want to learn about certain ways to edit, certain ways to film, certain cameras and what do they do, the difference between a A6400, a A64. What's the biggest battle between an A64 and an M50 Mark II? There's gonna be differences. Like there's gonna be greats and greats, but also there's gonna be negative and negative.
That's right.
One thing that the color science on an M50 Mark II is gonna look pretty good. But the thing is, with a Sony A64 is going to look better. You know why? Because one, the A64 is going to shoot in 4K, unlike the Canon Mark II. Although they're both mirrorless, the A6400 is going to come out and it's just going to look way better. But there's also things like mobile monitoring. It's easier to connect to your phone to a Canon camera than it is to connect it to a Sony camera. So there's just like little things that you're just gonna have to search and figure out for yourself.
Right. Some stuff's more user friendly than others.
Yeah, most definitely.
And ultimately, probably it all boils down to whatever you can get that'll help you stay in your flow to produce what you're trying to produce.
Most definitely.
So, and because breaks in concentration and breaks in creativity mess you up, and whoever's living in the moment or in the zone, they're doing their best work, probably. So, well, that's what it is, man. It's Electric Ground, showing the art of videography, as well as motivation and taking initiative, and not sitting on your talents, because that's what a lot of people do. We've all been guilty of it, but we got to push forward and we got to make things happen. So, Electric Ground, we out.
Sir.